Hello there, young learners. Welcome to today's Explainer. I am so excited you're joining us. Today, we're going on a magical scientific journey to look at something humans have literally dreamed about for all of history. You know, for thousands of years, people have wanted to defy the natural rules of aging. They just completely refused to accept getting old and dreamed of living a super long time. Well, today we're going to look at the real science of how our bodies actually change and grow and how we might just reach that magical goal.
Okay, let's dive into this. I want you to close your eyes for just a second. Go ahead. Now, try to imagine living to be 100 years old. 100. I mean, think about how many birthday candles that would be on your cake. You'd probably need a fire extinguisher just to blow them all out, right? Reaching 100 used to seem almost impossible, kind of like a fairy tale. But guess what? Modern science is actually turning that fairy tale into real life.
And that brings us to our very first big brain word of the day. You ready? It's centenarians. Can you say that out loud with me? Centenarians. These are people who live to be exactly 100 years old, or even more. And honestly, the most amazing part? Because scientists and doctors are learning so much about how to keep us healthy, the number of centenarians on our planet is growing every single year.
All right, moving on to Section 1. Our awesome changing bodies. Our bodies are not permanently fixed.
You can actually think of your body kind of like an incredible superhero suit. But it's not made of hard, stiff metal. It's what we call malleable. That's another big brain word. If something is malleable, it just means it can be changed, stretched, and shaped easily over time. Think of it like Play-Doh or clay. Scientists believe our superhero bodies are highly malleable. We aren't just stuck exactly the way we are. Our bodies can actually be shaped and changed as we grow, which helps us stay super strong for a very long time.
So, you might be wondering, how exactly are doctors helping our bodies change for the better? Well, inside all of us is this tiny instruction manual called DNA. It tells our bodies exactly how to grow. And right now, doctors are learning how to carefully control and manipulate our DNA recipe. By doing this, they hope to actually go in and fix our damaged cells. Imagine a mechanic fixing a tiny little dent in a race car. That's exactly what doctors are figuring out how to do for our bodies.
Okay, let's jump into Section 2, Healthy Super Habits. We must incorporate daily habits.
But, you know, doctors can't do all the work on their own. To build those healthy super habits, we really need to think about how we eat. And this brilliantly illustrates our next big brain word, metabolic. Your metabolic processes are basically the awesome engine inside you that turns the food you eat into the energy you use to run, jump, and play all day. When we eat clean, healthy food, we're giving our superhero engine the absolute best fuel possible so it can run perfectly smoothly.
Now, eating clean food does something else totally amazing too. It actually cools down our superhero bodies by reducing inflammation. Inflammation is just when we get extra heat and swelling in our joints, like our knees and elbows, and in our muscles. It can make our bodies feel kind of stiff and sore. But by eating healthy foods, we cool that heat down and keep our superhero suits flexible and completely pain-free.
All right, here is a very important big brain word, compliance. Compliance simply means strict obedience. You see, just knowing what foods to eat or what habits are healthy isn't quite enough. To really optimize our bodies and keep them working perfectly, we absolutely must have strict compliance with our doctor's daily advice. We really have to work as a team with our doctors. If they give us instructions on how to take care of our bodies, it is so incredibly important that we listen and follow those rules every single day.
Let's quickly review the 3 super steps we need to optimize our daily routines. Step 1. Eat clean food to give our metabolic engine the very best fuel. Step 2. Lower that heat and inflammation so our joints feel great. And Step 3. Have strict compliance with your doctor. If we incorporate all 3 of these into our lives, we have the absolute best chance of reaching a very old age.
And wow, the future looks incredibly bright. Scientists actually think that soon we might see a successful fusion, which just means a coming together of natural plants and herbs with super smart medical technology. Imagine combining the very best things that grow in nature with the absolute smartest computers and medicines to actually cure aging completely. I know, it sounds literally like science fiction, but it's what researchers are working on right now.
Now for Section 3, the big future puzzle. We face some tricky moral dilemmas. So the crucial point is,
While living longer sounds completely wonderful, it actually creates some pretty big puzzles for society. And as you young learners grow up, you are going to help figure out these dilemmas. The biggest puzzle is really about fairness. If scientists invent these amazing medicines that help us live to be over 100, Will they be cheap, easy to get, and accessible to everyone? Or will they only be available for affluent people? Affluent is a word that means having a lot of money. It's a huge question, right? How do we make sure that absolutely everyone gets a chance to live a long, healthy life, and not just the people who are rich?
Which brings us to our final big brain word of the day, demographics. Demographics are basically the population statistics of our countries. It's just a fancy way of counting who makes up our world. You know, how many kids, how many adults, and how many older people there are. If everybody starts living way past 100, the demographics of our world are going to change completely.
I mean, think about it. If everyone lives up to 120 years old, our world will look totally different. The largest part of our population will be made up of older people walking around, and there will be far fewer young babies in comparison. Our whole society will be completely changed, just filled with lots of great-great-great-grandparents.
And that leaves us with a massive question for you to ponder as you grow up. If our awesome, malleable bodies can be fixed by doctors, and we all have the chance to live to be 120 years old, what is the fairest way to share this amazing new medicine with a whole world? It's a really big puzzle, but with young, smart learners like you thinking about it, I know for sure we'll find the right answers. Thanks so much for joining me on this magical scientific journey today in our Explainer. Keep asking great questions, and I'll see you next time.